Hi boys and girls. So last week we created this really cool rubbing using our primary colors, and this week we're going to create our first letter of our name on here. So my first letter of my name is Christine, so I'm going to put a giant C right here in the middle. And if your paper doesn't already have it, I will put it on there. You're going to have a big letter in the middle. So if my name started with M, I could put a giant M right here, right? But I'm going to put a giant letter C. Okay. Now your job, once you get your paper and it has your letter, is to take some strips of paper and we are going to glue them right on there to give it a real texture. So the rubbing plates made it look like it has a texture, but when I feel my paper, it's still smooth and flat. But this, when we add this, it's going to be a real texture. So when we rub our hand across our letter, we'll actually be able to feel the torn pieces of paper. Now you could cut these or you could tear them. I'm going to let you guys choose which one you want to do. If you're cutting, we need to review a little bit about scissors. Scissors have an oval space and a round space. The round space is for your thumb, and the oval space is where your fingers go. You could put 3 fingers in there or 2 fingers, but that's how you use scissors. Okay, make sure you're not upside down like this. They don't work as good when you try to get your thumb in the big space. So make sure you have them correctly in your hand, and then you can either cut little squares of paper like this, or Mrs. Walker likes to tear off paper, so I'm going to just tear mine. But you can cut or tear, whichever one you desire. It's okay either way. It'll turn out nice. It'll all have texture. I'm going to tear up the rest of this one, and then I'm going to show you the next steps. So we have a special kind of glue here in the art room. It's a regular glue bottle, but Mrs. Walker's put a different cap on here so that you don't have to open it. All you do with this glue is you turn it upside down and you press the tip down in, and when you press it in, glue will come out. So I'm just going to press down. Now sometimes it doesn't work right away, so it isn't working yet. I got to keep pressing, and pretty soon, oh, look at that, it's starting to come out in little dots. That's what we want. Okay, once you get it dotted out, you can either dot it on your piece of paper like I did, or you can put some dots right on your line. I'm going to put some dots right here on the line, and then I'm going to stick one of my squares onto that. And your goal today is to put these close enough together that they cover up that black line. We don't want to see any of our black marker line. We just want to see the texture of all of our little squares. So I'm putting some dots, and then you'll see that your letter starts to appear, and it's going to have a little bit of a bumpy feel to it, which we want it to do. We want it to be a little bumpy and have some texture. So go ahead and cover up your whole letter with little strips of paper, and when you are done, you are going to bring it to Mrs. Walker, and I'm going to take a picture of it. And that picture is going to go into your digital portfolio, and what that means is online, Mrs. Walker has set up a portfolio, which is like a folder that's going to have all of your beautiful art in it. And when I take a picture of it, it will send that picture to your mom and dad after they sign up to receive them. So some parents don't fill out don't sign up, and so they don't always get it. But for the parents that sign up, and grandparents, you can get your grandparents on there too. It'll go out, and they'll get to see what you've been doing in art class. Looks like I need a few more strips. If you run out, there should be plenty of black strips on your table. Either cut or tear a few more. I'm going to cut a few and tear a few because I like the different textures you get when you cut and when you tear. Okay, once you're finished, where did Mrs. Walker say to take this? To me. Another thing we always need to do when you're finished with the glue, so that it will work next time, we have to be sure we do this. On your table, there will be a wet cloth hanging on the bucket in the middle of the table, or if you're Grant Wood, you're going to go get a paper towel and wipe this off too. So this right here, we don't want to leave that on there. When we're all done, let me get my paper towel here, hold on. So if you're at Paul Norton with me, there's a cleaning cloth on your table. You can wipe that off. If you're at Grant Wood, I might be having this be a job that someone helps me with, is to get a wet paper towel and wipe off the tops of all of those before we put them away, because we don't want those to dry with that on there. It makes it hard to get them going the next time. Okay, so thank you and have fun.